Welcome. I had to wait today to film because there was music playing all day long outside. Like, it only stopped at 8 p.m. It's a Sunday. Why? I didn't get it, and I still don't. But welcome to my video. And yeah, this is basically about my new comic, Nationwide. Just the process of how I made the different chapters. So I have 3 chapters up currently. I did not make enough, so I thought I uploaded chapter 3 on Friday, and on Saturday I completely forgot to make a new chapter, but I didn't upload chapter 3 yet. I had actually not uploaded it until today, which is Sunday, so I forgot. Yeah, and I just wanted to say my process, show my process, and let's get into it. So since my comic depicts countries as people, I wanted to make basically like oh no, Turkey's having war flashbacks, except it's like not really war flashbacks because he wasn't involved in that specific battle. But basically, the Battle of Karansebes is what is referenced here in this chapter. This is the entire chapter, by the way, just this one page. I wanted to keep the chapters this short, specifically for the purposes of, actually being able to consistently do one chapter a week, because I'm currently very inconsistent in my art and I get distracted easily still, which I wanna, stop in the future. But for this, I decided to draw Austria fighting with herself in the mirror. So she's drunk, her mirror image is fighting back, because the Battle of Karansebes was in 1788. It was an event during one of the wars between the Ottoman Empire and Austria. Austria-Hungary, I'm pretty sure, actually. Or was it Austria? I'm unsure, actually, now. I would need to read my own notes on this, because I did research the battle in depth, and I don't remember it because it was like last week that I researched it. Well, not last week, it's almost last week, because it's almost midnight. But, you get it. And basically, two different factions of Austrians fought against each other because they thought the other side was Ottoman. And Turkey, basically, the Turkish soldiers stumbled upon the battlefield afterwards, and yeah, I was kind of like, yeah, in my headcanon, Turkey was amongst the people who stumbled across them. And now at the bottom you can see Turkey. I freaking love the design. I designed him specifically for this chapter. So Austria had a design long before the chapter. She's actually one of the first characters I ever designed for this. Outside of the ones that I made for as Hetalia OCs. Because Austria is the country that I'm from. And Turkey, well, his design was inspired by a lot of Turkish people that I've seen around, or, know, kind of, not well, but I know of them, kind of, like I know they're Turkish. So he was inspired by them, specifically the men. And I put 3 dots in the background for him. Yeah, and this is just, it is so cute, this drawing. Like, Austria's drunk out of her mind, fighting with her own mirror image, and Turkey's just having flashbacks to like 1788. And there I wrote their names, and that Austria is drunk and everything. Yeah, so moving on, we've got Guinea-Bissau and Portugal. So Guinea-Bissau is Portugal's Vietnam, basically. That's what I wanted to portray here, because it is nicknamed Portugal's Vietnam. If you've never heard of Guinea-Bissau, it's a country in West Africa. It is not that small. It has a lot of really interesting cultures. It is extremely interesting. It's one of my personal travel goals. And it's actually had a very tumultuous history, and it is extremely strong in battle, this country. However, due to its tumultuous history and the, well, lack of happiness of the people, this is hard to say out loud, but it is kind of true that the average happiness percentage of the people, it's not that high in the country. I've made Guinea-Bissau actually a teenager still. So she is, I can't decide, either 16 or 18. I don't want her to be 17. So yeah, I can't decide honestly. Oh, and by the way, I wanted the skirt she's wearing to be really pretty because that's a very strong feature of hers, like to always wear pretty skirts. And yeah, Portugal's blushing. By the way, I made Portugal's design specifically for this. Guinea-Bissau has been designed before that. Her design actually took a lot longer than Portugal's did, because Portugal was just like what I imagine the average Portuguese person to be like. And that's where Portugal came from. With Guinea-Bissau, I looked at different ethnic groups, I looked at the different people groups that there were there in Guinea-Bissau. I looked at traditional hairstyles, I looked at a lot of traditional stuff, and I ended up with just this design. It's a bit boring, but you know, cute still. And yeah, she's basically teasing him. And moving on, we've got Indonesia's chapter, Indonesia's introduction, because I want each chapter to basically introduce at least one country. And here you can see my sketch style was a bit different because I had a silhouette in mind. So my sketch style was a bit different. So Indonesia is an absolutely beautiful country. I loved researching the history despite it being very tragic because it was just so interesting. Especially pre-colonial Indonesia, that was super interesting, but she represents colonial Indonesia and onwards. So the Dutch East Indies Company was basically her at some point. Yeah. With the others, I'm a bit unsure when Portugal came to be. Austria came to be when the first mention of her name was recorded. Guinea-Bissau, colonial times. Yeah, Turkey, I haven't decided yet because I haven't worked on this character too much. With the others, I did like in-depth research. About a week of research is what it takes to get up there. Anyways, so this is basically a Indonesia holding a chicken. And I did make her skin a little too dark at first here. But this is the correct color. I did make the chicken too dark as well. So I changed up the chicken here. And yeah, she's just pretty holding a chicken. What can I say? And the chicken does not look like a chicken, I'm aware of that. I just don't know how to draw chickens, guys. Like, this was a reference from an old chicken that I drew. Obviously, I didn't look at a real chicken, because then I would have seen this is not what chickens look like. I don't think I looked at a chicken in the original version. Anyways, this is basically just a show of, hey, people in Indonesia got vaccinated, and if they did, during 2021, there was like an initiative to give them chickens. My comic, by the way, is available on Webtoon and Tapas. And this is it for the video. Just a little behind the scenes thing that I wanted to post, because why not? And thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you have any, like, if you want to check it out, please do. If you have any ideas for, like, you know, what historical events I could include next, or which country you want to see next, please leave a comment down below. I will be glad. I will be very happy to follow suggestions, because I've got a list of 100 things that I want to do right now. I'm not kidding. It's a problem. I am so sorry. Anyways, goodbye and thanks for watching.